Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be testing out all of the new Jaclyn Cosmetics launches that I have. So I have her bronzer and blush. I also got her Valentine's Day collection, so I'm going to be using those highlighters in this video. I also have her luminous powder. This is incredible. So we're going to be like testing all this stuff out and just showing you guys what I think of it. And in the process, I'm going to be using all of the techniques and inspiration that I have and know from Jaclyn. Like, I've learned so much from her over the years, honestly, just in makeup. And then for the eyes today, we're going to use both of her Morphe collabs, her Volume 1 and Volume 2 palettes, just because they're so good, and I feel like I don't show them enough love on my channel anymore, just because I definitely have other stuff going on, and just because I have other palettes and stuff that, like, there's new launches and things that I try. However, I absolutely love those palettes. They are probably some of my ride or dies. So I definitely wanted to showcase those palettes to you guys, and also just create a really warm, beautiful spring summer look since that time of year is coming up. So I really hope you guys get to watch this video and enjoy it. I also have some random new things that I want to show you guys kind of in the beginning of the video, and new makeup that I've been loving and testing out off camera. So if you guys want to see this video and check it out and see how I created this beautiful look, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so just to get started, I am starting with a clean face, and I do have a bunch of new products that I really have been enjoying and haven't really been showing on camera, just because I really haven't been doing a lot of filming, and you know, it's just been a really weird time for me, and I'm trying to like get back into the swing of things. What better way than to start with like a bomb video with great products, and I have so many great products lined up in this video, so let's get to it. I don't have a super new primer, but I do have this one, and I've been using it a lot, mostly because my skin has been super dry, and this is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This has marshmallow root. It smells really good. It's really light on my skin. I feel like it kind of has this like pore filling ability, but it's not anything like as intense as, like, for example, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's really great at moisturizing my skin, which honestly I really need. My skin has been extremely dry lately, and so I could totally use all the help I can get. I've also, this is old, but I've been loving the NYX Bare With Me setting spray. This is like a prime, set, refresh kind of spray. And before I do my makeup, I always like to go in with a spray as well, just because I find that it helps my foundation to blend really nicely. So this is like not the most exciting part of this routine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop my foundation on. I'm gonna go in with an oldie but a goodie here. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This one's in the shade 128 Warm Nude. I wish this had a pump, but it doesn't. But I haven't used this foundation in a long time, and I kind of just want to see how I feel about it again. Lately, pretty much the only foundation that I've been using is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I actually went out and I got two more of these. I got one in the exact same shade, and then I got one in a slightly darker shade. I figure since summer is coming up, I got 330 medium. So I have two backup shades of this and the one I've been loving. My shade right now is light 240W, and I love this. I'm gonna just keep it here. I might use it as a mixing agent for this foundation, just because I haven't used it in a while, and I don't really know if this is even my color anymore. It looks a little bit darker. Looks a little darker than my skin right now, but that's fine. I feel like, actually it looks good. It's just like a hair darker, but honestly I think it'll be fine. I used to love this foundation, and it's still like my go-to foundation for clients, just because it's affordable. You can use a ton of it. It is beautiful. Like, honestly, it's such a dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So if you have yet to try this foundation, I totally recommend it. I find that it's matte, but it's not extremely mattifying. Like it's not cakey at all. And like, I have a lot of texture and breakouts right here, and you can see that covered it right up. I just haven't used it on myself in a minute, because, you know, eventually you like to try new things, and so that's kind of been what I've been doing, is just trying out new products, new foundations, but this will always be a ride or die for me. So part of the reason I've been kind of MIA on my channel is because I got LASIK done, and having that process done just really kind of made me, you know, not put any makeup on my face, because number one, they tell you not to. And number two, I was just kind of like afraid to put makeup on after that. So I've kind of been waiting on it. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. This one is a really light shade. It's in the shade Medium Peach. But I really feel like I want a nice highlighted under eye. I'm going to blend this out really quick, and then I'm going to jump into my Milk Makeup Matte Stick Bronzer. So I got this one at TJ Maxx, I believe, or Marshall's. And I was starting to do a video on it one day, like when I bought it, but then I ran out of footage and it was just a hot mess, so I never filmed that video or never uploaded it anyway. But you guys, I've been using this so much, and I honestly never thought I would like use cream products, cream bronzers that much, and I love this product so much. It's incredible. So yeah, I mean, I have like, it's such a high-end product. I get that. I paid like $15 for this because I got it at TJ Maxx. But the formula is incredible. So good. So the reason that I never really went into like cream products is because I never knew what step of my routine to do them in, but I've kind of noticed that this is the best way. So I'll apply my concealer, and then I take a foundation brush or like a little domed brush. This one is from VH Cosmetics. This is the number 2 brush from the Nazanin Kavari kit that she came out with, and I just go straight into my face after having picked up product, and I find that it makes me go a little lighter on my regular bronzer and allows it to have a less muddy appearance overall. This is a really like warm terracotta bronzer. I think it's such a nice cream bronzer. I would love to try others, but I also feel like this is gonna last me forever. I feel like I've barely made a dent into it. And also this brush is incredible. I never thought I would find a brush that I would absolutely love for cream products, but this brush is it. I think it was supposed to be her foundation brush, so definitely try like a smaller foundation brush if you're, you know, because this one was limited edition. And then another new product, this one is like absolutely new to me. I've only used it once just because I couldn't help but try it. Is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Tahiti. So this is what the packaging looks like. It looks really dark and kind of intimidating. And this is the color. I wish the name was on here because I feel like I will totally forget. I don't understand why they put it on the packaging but not on this. It's kind of frustrating, but it's fine. And I just used the same brush, and I didn't like clean it up or anything. I just like swirled my brush in there, and actually it does say the name is on the side, just like very faintly. With this blush, I kind of want to bring it higher up on my face, because with my other blush I like to put it more in the center of my face, but using a cream product at this step allows me to bring my blush up and then go back and re-blend in my concealer. I want a super like blushed out look today. I will be trying the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bronze and Highlighting Duo, and you guys, I'm so excited. I already used this once and was super obsessed with it, but I want to test it out on camera for you guys because like I said, I have only used it once and I feel like I had a really great first impression of it, but I want to double check that I like absolutely love it on camera with you guys because this is only gonna be my second time using it. I used a little bit more of this time around just because last time I used it I was kind of afraid that it was going to be too much and hard to blend out, but it's absolutely not too hard to blend out. It's such a nice product. So next what I'm going to do is go in with my sponge to blend out my product. I also did buy, I'm super late on this because I was afraid I wouldn't like it the first time around, but I bought the luminous powder from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I got mine in the shade Carrots. It is like this beautiful, like it looks like my skin tone honestly, but it is like a shimmerier product, and I've seen people use this under their eyes I think, and that is not what we're gonna do here. So what I'm gonna do is use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder, which is kind of similar, but honestly the e.l.f. Halo Glow does not have as much shimmer. Like you can use the e.l.f. one under your eyes, you just can't use the Jaclyn one. But I'm gonna set my face, and so I'm gonna just have both powders in front of me and kind of use them as I see fit. So I'm just passing my brush and my sponge over my face, making sure that there are no creases before I start to set everything. Especially under the eyes, I crease so bad. Really want to avoid that. And also I've been creasing a ton on the side of my nose, mostly because I kind of have like a lot of dryness right there. So basically what I've done is I've reserved the Jaclyn Cosmetics like luminous powder for the rest of my face. And I'm actually going to use a brush that I would use on my under eyes, and I'm just going to dip my brush in a little bit to that powder and apply this on my cheeks. Under my eyes still, but not as low down as everything else. And in the process, I'm going to sweep that powder from under my eyes because I think that it's going to give me like a nice luminous vibe without being too much because I didn't like entirely set my face with it. I'm going to pick up some more of that Jaclyn luminous powder above my brow bone, It's really subtle, but it is still definitely a highlighter. A good dupe for this is definitely the Essence powder. I can't remember what it's called right now. I'll insert a photo of it right here. But that is super affordable, and I know for sure that, like, I've had that product and it's definitely a dupe for this. But I do like that this one is a loose powder. Okay, so that looks really good. I feel like it's gonna be really hard for you guys to tell on camera, other than like right here. You totally see it. If my face was less set from the e.l.f. powder, you'd see it more, but you definitely see it on my forehead. It could totally be more intense, and you can build it up, especially if you spritz your face. But I kind of just wanted like a more subtle glow because we have a lot of highlighting products today, because I'm also going to use the Jaclyn Hill Valentine's Day highlighter collection that I have. Just to show you guys all of these Jaclyn products that I have. I'm trying to incorporate as many of them in this video so we kind of get a sense for what Jaclyn Cosmetics looks like, especially if you haven't bought anything or you've been super skeptical to get anything, because I know that I definitely have been. So I'm also going to use some of her Morphe stuff in this video. I also have her brushes, and I love that. And so it's not just, I kind of wanted to include some of her older collabs with Morphe because those are still great, and it's still definitely like on brand for her, even if it's not just her actual brand, you know? So I'm going back in with the setting spray, and then what I'm going to do is just let my face dry a little bit, and then we're going to go in with some powder, bronzer, and blush from the Jaclyn Hill kit, and some highlighters. Okay, so now that my face is set, I am going to try to highlight a little bit with this actually, just because I'm going to put it on the apples of my cheeks and see if we kind of get this to build up after having a set face. Yeah, you can definitely tell. It is so subtle and beautiful though. It really does look like a lit from within kind of glow. If you are not wow, that looks really nice right there. You can totally see it, even though it's way more subtle. And it's not all the way up onto my under eye, but you can see it. And I like that. Okay, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to capture it on camera, but as I move my face around, you can totally see that very subtle highlight. So next I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter. This one's in the shade Flurries because it's a beautiful highlighter. I did want to mention a dupe for this though. I mentioned it in my initial review of this, but the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals is $5, and this one definitely looks like a little bit more pink, but on your skin you're not really going to be able to tell, and it looks really good as well. So I just wanted to point that out. So I will pop in with some more highlighter probably later on, because we're going to do a super highlighted look. This photo is actually like the face inspiration for me in this video, because like Jaclyn is the woman who taught me how to highlight, and we cannot let her down. But before we get to that, I'm going to jump in with the blush and bronzer. So I was a little bit intimidated by the bronzer, I'm not going to lie. First I thought it was going to be too light for me, just because it does look like it's very light. But then I applied it and I was like, oh wait, it's too like terracotta warm. So I feel like maybe I just need a little bit because it's an intense product. I think that's just it. It's just like, it's a great product. It's super buttery. It has like, it kind of reminds me of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in its formula. However, this is more buttery. This is way more creamy. It definitely just, you can tell a difference. It feels super high end. Honestly, like, I didn't know how Jaclyn's brand was going to be, how affordable, how high end, but definitely the prices are like mid to high-end-ish, but not luxury, you know what I mean? But they're definitely up there in my opinion. And especially if you guys follow me and watch my channel, you know that most of what I talk about is drugstore makeup. So for me, I was definitely like, this is a splurge. But I love Jaclyn. I love the products that she comes out with. I know that she had her lipstick malfunction a few years ago now, or a year or something. But I definitely think that she's redeemed herself with her complexion products for sure. But just like, look at this bronzer now. Look how intense it looks. It's so, so buttery. I'm a big fan. I'm also going to show you guys how I'm going to like contour with it, just so that you guys can see what I mean. I definitely, you see right here, I feel like you can tell that it's definitely a warmer bronzer. By the way, I never talked about which shade I have. I have the shade, so the blush is Warm Flush, and the bronzer is Golden Goddess, and I really thought the bronzer was going to be too light for me and that the blush was going to be too light for me when I was shopping. I actually got mine on Ulta.com, which is why I didn't do this video as soon as this launched, because I didn't want to buy it from her website because I have a ton of Ulta gift cards, and so I was like, there's no point and wasting more money when I can just get it from Ulta. And so I actually like missed the launch deadline, which was like at 1 a.m. and I logged in at like 2. And so there was a lot of stuff that was gone already. But I was able to get my hands on this. I was just afraid it was going to be too light, but actually it like, I think it's like the perfect color for me. So I definitely think it worked out really well. So you guys see what I mean? I feel like my nose contour looks a little bit warm as opposed to a little bit more cool tone. Normally I kind of go for like a more neutral color, a little bit more like this. You can kind of see the difference here, how much more warm this is. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 200. Love it. It's so good, you guys. She really has killed it. And if any of these are still available and when they relaunch, this is going to be like a staple collection. So if you weren't able to get your hands on it the first go around, you can definitely get your hands on it in the future. And I honestly think it's worth it. This is the most luxurious packaging. So nice. Like, I mean, like really just this packaging is incredible. It's really nice thick plastic. It honestly looks like something like Estee Lauder, like very luxurious to me. And it has a really great mirror. This is honestly great for travel. This mirror is impeccable. I didn't really even consider that. Normally I don't care if things have mirrors because I always travel with a big mirror. But if I'm just going to pop this in my purse, this is like the best mirror I think that I probably own in my collection to do my makeup with, like in a product. It's really nice. This one in the Tati Beauty palette. So now I'm going to go in with the blush, which is in the shade Warm Flush. You guys, I really thought this blush was not going to be that intense on my skin and that I was just going to have to consistently like pat it in and build it. And I do pat in my blush. Oh, you guys, this is such a good blush. And the more that I press, I haven't dipped my brush back in. The more that I press the product in, the more intense it gets. It's like it really like digs into the bristles of my brush. This was a clean brush. This is the only product in this brush. It's just stunning. Like I really wanted like super highlighted skin and super flushed cheeks. And she killed it, man. This is the best blush formula I have ever used in a powder blush. It's so creamy, so buildable, just incredible. It has a light sheen, but it's not too much, especially if you have texture. Right now I have some texture going on right here, and it doesn't accentuate it in the slightest. And so I just kind of like pat my brush in like 3 little times. So I'm going to go in with some more highlighter real quick. I'm going to spritz my skin just one more time. I like to continuously spritz my skin and like set it throughout my routine because I find that it really makes such a big difference. It really allows my skin to look more like skin when I'm finished with my makeup as opposed to like this big powdery mess. So I'm going to go in with this highlighter one more time. I am going to bring this one a little bit further down on my cheeks. Mind you, all the highlighter that I have on my face is the Luminous powder and this one right here. So she definitely, this has no shimmer in it, like no glitter, no chunkiness at all. It's super fine and really beautifully milled. However, I want to point out that I have yet to go in with this. This is the Loose Glimmer Powders. I have 3 shades of this that came out in her Valentine's Day collection. My favorite one is All Lit Up, and I'm going to use this one kind of towards the end of the routine. But right now I'm going to do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Oh, actually, I forgot to highlight my nose. So I'm going to do that real quick as well. And then we're going to jump into an eye look. I am going to use her palettes in today's video, her like collaborations with Morphe, just so that, you know, we get a nice eye look out of it too. I am going to go for something a little more natural today. Natural. But yeah, so I'm going to be using those and I'll be right back with my brows done. Okay, you guys, so this is actually one of the prettiest looks I feel like I've ever done. I'm so happy with it. And it's totally taken from inspo from Jaclyn Hill, just like the way she does her makeup. And yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm going to use these lashes. These are from Ioni. You can let me see. There you go. I love lashes that get wider on the outside, so we're going to be using these today. These are faux mink lashes. Lashes? These are the Wispy Dramatic Flare. You can get these at Dollar Tree for a literal $1, so why not? So as I get these ready and pop the glue on and everything with these, I also wanted to mention the lash glue that I use because I never have problems with my lashes coming up. This is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. This is their waterproof one. It's in the shade Black. It's so good. I get this at Dollar General. It retails for $2, and it's so good. I feel like my lashes don't come off unless I'm ready to take them off, and it's really, really good. Okay, so those are set aside, and I'm going to be using both of her palettes in today's video. I technically probably just use this one, but I like the colors in here too. This is the original Jaclyn Hill palette, and so we're going to start with this one. It's just an OG. Like, if I have to travel, my two favorite palettes, like if I only could keep two palettes for the rest of the time on this earth, I would keep this one and the Tati Beauty one, because this is such a good palette. So I'm going to start with the shade Silk Cream, and I'm just going to buff this into the, like, above my crease area really. I'm making this a initial transition shade, and I'm kind of blending it up to my brow bone. I didn't set my eyelids with anything. I just used a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape to clean up my brows and kind of drug it down, and just made sure that there was no creasing before I went in with my eyeshadows. But the reason I like this shade so much is because it's so soft. It's almost like bronzer. So if you wanted to, like, literally just use this to do your like do a really simple makeup look and pop this in the crease and put some lashes on, or do some mascara, like, you're good. It's beautiful. So next I'm going to go into her new palette, which is the volume 2. This is what this one looks like. And I'm going to jump into the shade Perfectionist first. So these three shades all look very, very similar, but I'm going to jump in with this one called Perfectionist. And I'm just putting it a little bit lower than the previous shade. And I am dragging this one all the way to the, like, beginning part of my eye, right outside the inner corner. Just doing this in windshield wiper motions and doing very large strokes to blend this out. And then if I have any areas where I feel like I need to blend out a little more, I'm just gonna, like, touch those up, going more precise. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Comfort Zone right here. It's just a little bit deeper, and I'm only gonna put this one more in the middle and kind of lower down. But then I'm gonna go in with my previous brush because I was using a lighter shade, and I'm gonna use this brush, no extra product, to diffuse that. Next, I'm going to jump back into her original palette, and I'm going to take the shade Mocha. This is probably my favorite brown in the existence of all of my palettes. It is such a good brown. These white brushes that you see me using, by the way, are from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collection. I bought her, like, entire kit with them. They are really good brushes. It took me a long time to get them and think that it was worth it. I actually got them on sale though, so they do go on sale sometimes, and they still have them. So I would totally wait for them to go on sale again, and I spent roughly $100 for them and the kit and, like, the face brushes and the, like, actual, like, you know, packaging that they came in, which is like a travel case, which was super awesome. So I'm going to take this a little bit above my eye, like into my crease, just slightly. But because this isn't a cut crease, I'm not, like, super... What I like to do sometimes is kind of close my eye and take this in, like if I was making, like, if I was envisioning a V. So sometimes I'll go windshield wiper motions, and then I'll run the color like this. I love to go back in with previous brushes. It's one of my biggest tips, especially for beginners. Okay, so then I'm basically just leaving it alone right there, and this look is actually really easy to achieve. So this is another one of her brushes, and I'm going to take the shade Get Ready With Me in her second palette. It is such a beautiful shade, you guys. It has these little micro fine glitters in it. It's my favorite shade in this palette, like, of the shimmers for sure. I don't really love the shimmers in her first palette that much, but in this one they are top notch. Like, she really stepped up the game on the shimmers in this palette. So this brush is completely dry, by the way, and so I'm using it dry to kind of diffuse that shimmer up into my crease and blend it out. But I am going to spritz my brush on second application. So I dip my brush back in, and then just to kind of, like, amp it up a little bit in certain spots, I'm going to go back in. Such a pretty shade, you guys. I cannot rave enough about it. So now I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Retractable Eyeliner. This is an incredible retractable eyeliner. It's so waterproof and so amazing. I just want to show you guys that I have two eyeliners on this side. This black waterproof one from Wet n Wild on the top, and then this Rimmel Scandaleyes one in the shade Nude on the bottom. The bottom isn't waterproof, but the black isn't transferring down, so that's incredible. It's literally one of my favorite. I don't think I will ever buy another retractable eyeliner except for this one ever again, because it is the best. And then I'm also going to use this. I don't want to do, like, a liquid eyeliner today. I just kind of want to blend out some other eyeliner and kind of smudge it out with some eyeshadow. So I'm just kind of lightly lining the top of my eye, making the outer part just a smidge thicker. And then I'm going to go into her original palette, and I'm going to take the black in here with a short definer brush. It's a really small flat brush, and I'm going to pat it into the black and then pat that black onto my eyelid. When I get to the inner part of my eye, I'm going to swipe a little bit outward just to kind of diffuse. It leaves a really beautiful smoked out liner effect that makes your eyes look super, super smoky, and I love that look. So next I'm going to take whatever black is left over, and then I'm also going to dip into this brown down here, which is a little bit more of a cooler tone black. It's in the shade Central Park, and I'm going to press this slash kind of smudge it on my lower lash line. Then I'm going to jump back into the brown shade Mocha and go over top and kind of lower down with this. And then I'm taking a smudger brush, like a little small smudger brush, to kind of just smudge it out. And then last but not least, I'm going to jump back into her second palette, and I'm going to go with the shade G Money. It's this nice warm brown, and I'm going to run it under my eye a little bit. She loves a smoked out, like blown out lower lash line, so that's kind of what I was going for. Okay, so while my, also I love the way that this lash looked. It's like the perfect complement to this eye look, I think. So while we finish up this eye and cut my new lash and everything, I'm going to go in with this LA Girl lip plumper. This went viral on TikTok, and it is intense. It is definitely a lip plumper. This is, it's slightly tinted, kind of pink and really pretty. And it's actually, I think, a dupe for the e.l.f. X Chipotle like plumping lip gloss, but I think this one plumps a little more than that one, just because I've tried e.l.f. plumping lip glosses before, and this one's a little more intense, but it gives you the same color effect. And I actually like this packaging more just because it's a squeezy tube. I think it's so easy and really, really nice. So the eyes are done. All we need to do is, like, eyeshadow's done, and so I'm gonna go in with this like creamy beige kind of white. I have white, but I don't like to use white. I like to use something more creamy. And this one's like a nude shade, and I'm going to pop this on the lower part of my eye. And I like to run it back and forth a lot so it gets really, really intense. Then I'm going to go with the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I like to do my lower lashes first so that when I look up, there's no transfer to the top lash. This mascara isn't my favorite for the top lashes, but it's really, really good for your lower lashes because the bristles are so thin and it just really lengthens them and makes them super dark. So I'm gonna cut my other lash, pop it on, and apply some mascara, and then we'll be right back up to finish everything, and we're basically almost done. Okay, you guys, so my lips are very, very tingly, so I'm gonna take this off, and I'm just gonna do like a really nice nude gloss brown lip liner situation. I do plan on getting her lip collection. I thought about waiting out, ooh, that tingles. I thought about waiting out for this video until I had everything to do that, but I kind of just decided that we were gonna do this anyway. I really needed to get back into filming and really feel myself again, and that wasn't gonna happen unless I did the things that I enjoy and tried products and shared with you guys things that I really love. And so we're doing a neutral, glowy like thing that I like. We're doing a makeup look that I would totally love and wear, and you know, with products that are new and fun and that I love already. So I wanted to mention that if I can't get my hands on the lip liners and the lipstick from her new collection, e.l.f. has really good wooden lip ones. Their lip like retro paradise lip collection was incredible. I know that was limited edition, but I feel like they still have others, and my favorite lip liners of all time that are super cheap. These are literally $2.99. I don't know if I can honestly justify spending $18 for a lip liner. So we'll see if I even get those, but this one's in the shade Sugar and Spice, and it's kind of what I used to darken up that first shade. And honestly, I feel like LA Girl has very similar colors to the lip liners that she was showcasing. So another one of my favorite lip glosses is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss. This one's so good. This one's in the shade Champagne Glam, and it's one of my favorites. It's such a beautiful formula. And I've kind of strayed away from using gloss whenever I do my makeup lately because of COVID, because I've had to wear masks all the time, and obviously lip gloss doesn't hold up against a mask, but it is my favorite thing. And so I think that's one of the things that I'm most looking forward to, is when this is all over and none of us are wearing masks anymore, just to be able to wear gloss out. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So this video wouldn't be complete without using one of Jaclyn's favorite products. This is technically not in her line, but she loves this. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist Spray, and I'm gonna finish off my face with this, and then the last thing we're gonna do is go in with this loose highlighter to really amp up the glow on these cheeks. This is a fresh bottle, and I can totally tell, oh my gosh, it's so good. probably for sure one of my favorite setting sprays. I don't know why I continue to go back to other ones when this one is just so good. I feel like other sprays maybe have a more like lasting ability, but this one feels the best and definitely does work so good. So this one's in the shade All Lit Up. I'm kind of doing a tapping swiping motion and I'm literally only picking up from the lid. Wow, that is probably the nicest my makeup has looked in a whole year, I'm not even gonna lie. By the way, I got these clips at the Dollar Tree and they're so good. So if anybody's looking for these like pearl-like clips, the Dollar Tree is so affordable and definitely the way to go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I know I've kind of been MIA, but I really hope that changes, and I think that this video was a really great place for me to start and get back into the swing of filming. So I can't wait to upload some more video content for you guys. Thank you so much for all your love and support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.